Welcome back to another episode. This week we continue downstream to Echuca, then Koondrook, and we free camp on the Murray River in the Guttrim State Forest. The port of Echuca would have been a thriving community back in its day here at the port. We only saw one lonely paddle steamer. It's pretty quiet, not a lot of people around the port at this time of year being the off season. Sand sculpture of the White Rabbit House. Another sand castle of Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The caterpillar sand sculpture. Breakfast / lunch today is schnitzels, so I've got a Garden of Eden and Brad's got a Hawaiian. We go for a walk around town after lunch to burn off some of our schnitzel, and then we move on towards Koondrook after buying some delicious fudge. These boats appear to be marooned in a little pond of water. We've made it to Koondrook. It's a midway point along the Murray River, and here they made about 8 paddle steamers and 8 barges. The first paddle steamer built here at Koondrook was the Emily Jane in 1881. The Alexandra Argonaut was built in 1923, and it was the last traditional type paddle steamer built here at Koondrook. That's the paddle steamer we went down the Murray River back at Echuca in our trip in 2023. Koondrook itself appears to be a fairly old town, obviously so building the paddle steamers. There's a mixture of really old style homes and a few modern day ones.
Over in the distance there you can see some fancy looking open sheds. It's the modern day sawmill. It's operational at the moment while we're here. You may be able to hear the noises. And then just over here in the corner, over there, is the original sawmill. And across the road we've got the shop where they used to sell all their timber and make their furniture wares and so forth, established in 1889. And some set of weird scales here that like a little mini weighbridge. You see tyre tracks in the grass. Set of old scales made in Sydney.
These stumps here, which appear to be cut off, and I suppose they are the original wharf stumps that was when the wharf was built in 1882. So this is where they loaded and unloaded the barges.
That's the original goods shed. A little bit of darker browny grey shit at the front with the windows has been added in 2021 to make it a restaurant. There was originally 2 train lines running down the front, and it had a little veranda thing out the front to access the wagons and so forth, similar to what's on the other side. And we're on the other side. So the different cargo come down the river, even come by train to go onto the river. We get stored here temporarily waiting for a train or waiting for a paddle steamer. This was the local train station, just across the road from where the goods shed for the paddle steamers is. Wasn't very big, the train's nearly bigger than it. You wait here for a train to go all the way to Melbourne. All the modern cons. Waiting lounge. Probably an old sheep wagon. All in all, it's a nice little town. General store, bakery, there's a butcher's, a couple of pubs. What else did you ask for? The old dunny, bit dark. Didn't have lights back in them days.
We're just trying to get into a good spot here on the Murray, over there. I'll just move this log. Oh, I'll just turn this off and it's tight. Bit of a squeeze on an angle, but you got there. We'll check if we're level.
Oh, we're nowhere near it.
We're nowhere near level, but we've got a great spot. We thought we had the perfect spot, but when you actually get out and look around your surroundings, we're parked right in the middle of all these gum trees. Gum trees, when they break and fall, don't give you any warning. It's just like crack, bang, thump, and you're done. So we are going to move over here into the clearing. So we've moved into the clearing. It looks to be a lot safer, particularly when you look up. The gum trees are pretty big. The river is still there, we're just not as close, but we're safer.
Wake up and one of these bloody things be laying on the ground, that over there would be perfectly good. This is the site's Guthrum State Forest. So at some stage, someone's been in here with a machinery and leveled this place out. You can see by the push up here on the bank, someone's leveled the place out, made it a usable area for people, and then along comes the rain, and these people who think driving through bog holes for 5 minutes of fun is good for everyone. So you can see here, these are over a shovel handle, they're deeper than my shovel, the blade of the shovel. This is where we tried to camp. Basically everywhere where there's leaves, there's a great big hole. You can see all the tyre tracks in them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tyre tracks wide there. I don't know where the 6th one is to make a pair. So we tried to camp just here. Would have been a good spot except for all the trees up here. And this is the best bit of it. Wait till you see the entrance and exits to the road. We actually drove up the road probably another 2 minutes. Found somewhere to turn around to come in. There's 4 entrance and exits, and we still don't know which one we're going to take to get out yet. But then there's a great big hole here in the middle. That's right in the middle of the camping ground. Someone's put a great big hole in it. We'll go and have a look at these entrance and exit roads. So they're probably no more than 80 to 100 metres apart down the road. And one's been destroyed, so they just make another one beside it. So this is the road we actually came in on after we turned around. We didn't have enough room to come in as a hairpin corner. And then we cut through over to where we are there, and then we reversed around to the camping area where we were going to stay. So this was the better road in. No great holes. There's some sort of wombat hole or something there full of leaves. But this is whatever they've done grading the road. They haven't worried about the entrance and exits to the campground, so that again is more than the blade of the shovel deep. The road itself is really good. There's only one real rough patch coming into here. It's a state forest. Don't know who's responsible for maintaining it. This thing here, it'll be nearly as deep as where the handle joins onto the metal part. A great big frigging wombat hole straight away. You can see tyre tracks through them. Again, that'd be over the depth of the head of the shovel. You need a proper four-wheel drive and four-wheel drive van to get in and out of there, I suppose. We've only got a road van, we don't have a four-wheel drive van. And so those 2 roads originally went one way, and then this 2 go the other way. So these are the roads we got to try and get out through, unless we want to go up the road and turn around again. The tree stump in the middle of this one, deeper than the shovel head. Wombat holes through it again. Wherever you see the leaves laying, there's a hole, another hole. So we'll probably reverse up to where we were and then come back down through here, because someone's made another entrance exit, join this track to the other track. We think this would be the best track to get out on, except for this whopping great big hole at the front of it. So once again, people just having 10 minutes of fun in the wet weather, wrecking it for everybody. You can see the tyre tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're about 9, 10 wide. Lots of tyre tracks just through a hole. We'll just run a max track across there. And that's our best exit through onto the road. This side's about a shovel, but up there's only, yeah, thickness of your foot. And then there's these gopher holes back here. This is why we've got to take the shortcut entrance, bypass entrance, whatever you want to call it. There's these whopping great big holes again here. You see the leaves, you see the tyre tracks, you see the friggin' deep holes. 10 minutes of fun, wreck it for everybody. It's virtually made this unusable, this campground. You haven't even got enough room to put a tent. If you're living in swag, you'd have a friggin' bad back by the time you wake up in the morning. We'll get out somehow. We'll go one way or the other. The only good part about it, there's no toilet paper, no rubbish laying around because no one's using it. The last review on Wikicamps was about a year ago. It needs a major overhaul to make it usable again. Just because people having a bit of fun in the wet weather. And you'd probably say it's the locals. I'll blame the locals. Sorry if it's not. Other than that, it's a nice spot right on the river. Bit of a U-bend. Water flowing through. Yeah, quite a nice spot, apart from the where you got to try and set up.
Brad's building a bridge with the max tracks so that hopefully we can get out of this place. See if it works, eh? See if it works. The historical bridge here at Koondrook, it lifts up and down to let the paddle steamers go through, and it's load limited to one big truck at a time. This is Koondrook RV donation camp. It's got quite a few things here. It's got water, a dump point, rubbish bins to dump your rubbish. We didn't stay here. When we come in here yesterday, there was no shade, but it's got a flat surface, so you could stay here. But being in summer, it's really hot and you're looking for shade, so we didn't stay. But we filled up with water, so I'll put a couple of dollars in the box for the water and dumping of our rubbish.
Well, we're wrapping up another week. We've done a fairly quick trip across to Echuca. We didn't spend a lot of time Hume Dam, Albury, Wodonga area. We've already been through there with our New South Wales trip. Had a lovely time at Koondrook. A lot of history and heritage in such a small country feeling town. Worth going to. Watch us again next week as we continue our trip along the river. We visit Swan Hill and have a fantastic free camp on the banks of the river in Naya. You've got to see the place. See you next week.